It's been a while since my first hot takes video, but I'm finally back. This is a strange case of Sean here reacting to your hot takes. I read and react to your opinions about the world of professional wrestling. I put up a post on the 434 Facebook wrestling page and my socials asking for you to share your wrestling hot takes with the chance that they may be featured in this video. I want to further grow the series, and any respectful feedback is appreciated. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate all support. So let's get started, shall we? Number 1. Bret Hart is overrated. Starting off hot already, Hart is one of the greatest in-ring technicians of all time. He also went against the grain of the idea of professional wrestlers needing to be just these big, muscly men. Hart takes professional wrestling very seriously. Sometimes a bit too seriously. His career was cut short, unfortunately, but Hart had been around for a while by the time he got injured. I don't mean that he should have stopped wrestling, but he wasn't this up-and-coming star. Hart had been established and was a household name, not to mention the amount of eyes that were on him after the Montreal Screwjob. But back to Hart being overrated. We should be thankful to Hart for what he gave to the wrestling business. Being thankful doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a fan of his. I will say this, you want good technical wrestling? Watch Hart's in-ring work. Trying to fall asleep quickly? Watch Hart's promos. Maybe that was a bit harsh, but he never captivated me with his promo skills. There is worse for sure, but to me, he was always so stiff, never truly comfortable, I feel. I think Hart was a good launch pad, though, for other future stars including Kurt Angle, Bryan Danielson, and more. He is certainly in the conversation of great professional wrestlers, whether you overrate or underrate the Hitman. Hot take number 2. Hangman Page and Seth Rollins are better chasers for the world title than being actual champion. I like this hot take because it addresses stars from AEW and WWE. Unfortunately, I have to agree about Hangman. I don't think it's his fault, however. Hangman becomes champion, and the story he's in reaches its crescendo. Then, there's not much captivating follow-up afterwards. I feel they are trying currently with taking the title so soon off of him and giving it to Samoa Joe. But at times, Hangman being champion just doesn't feel strong, for a lack of a better word. This doesn't mean I don't think Hangman is capable of telling a good story. I mean, his work with Swerve was arguably one of my favorite things done in AEW. When AEW first started, I was on the side of Hangman Page defeating Chris Jericho to become the first AEW World Champion. In hindsight, I understand why the latter was decided on, but I do feel with enough hype and interesting storytelling, Hangman defeating Jericho would have made Page feel like a bigger deal, especially to casual fans, with a monumental victory and defining moment. As for Rollins, I do see how people could view him as a better chaser than as champion. When he was champion first post-Shield, I thought it was great. The catalyst behind the destruction of one of the greatest groups of all time changed his character and became a main event player. Then, when he was champion as a face, he felt kind of just there. I believe Seth is better as a heel than as a face. This most recent title run, however, opened my eyes to something. That was the fact that he is still so beloved. He is barely booed, and fans still sing along with his theme music. For being positioned as the biggest heel in the company, skipping over the failed Cena heel run, there was little heat for him. Heels, bad guys, need to be booed. I would have pitched a theme song change as soon as the next night on Raw post-Mania, after he defeated Punk and Roman. Fans would have been expecting the moment to sing along, and then they notice the music change, and it's ripped from them. Then he should have addressed it, saying he doesn't want the fans to sing anymore and doesn't need their adulation. Instant boos, an indication that this is a new Seth Rollins and that they should be paying attention. This could have then made more compelling television, returning to the Rollins that was post-Shield. Instead, Rollins stayed the exact same character, but was categorized as a bad guy and had yet another faction. I'm unsure which is more boring, Rollins chasing or being champion, but maybe I'm just bored of Rollins right now. Hot take number 3. The internet wrestling community is why people can't take AEW seriously. I feel this take needs to be expanded upon. As a member of the internet wrestling community and a content creator primarily with wrestling, I do take AEW seriously. AEW needs to stand out in other ways opposite of WWE to be a credible competitor. Has WWE had a chokehold on that spot of being the top wrestling promotion? Yes. Is it hard to take WWE seriously at times? Also yes. Are both WWE and AEW professional wrestling? Also yes. It can be hard to take seriously at times. That's a whole other conversation. AEW is its own style of wrestling, just as WWE is its own, as well as New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, MLW, and more. I recognize AEW as an alternative. I have criticisms of it, and I have my own criticisms of WWE. Wrestlers, booking decisions, whatever it may be. No product is going to be absolutely perfect. And my fourth and final take, American Badass Undertaker is better than the original Undertaker. What? Alrighty, where do I begin? I have a lot of thoughts about this, but I'll try to keep it clean and concise. Undertaker is my favorite wrestler of all time. I love and appreciate each version we have seen of Taker. When the concept of The Undertaker was developed, wrestling in the WWE was still very cartoonish. Mark Calaway was noticeably confused when the idea was brought to him, but he took it on, but nor he or the higher-ups in the WWE thought it was going to become so iconic. He mesmerized crowds, not only with his devotion to the character, but with his athleticism as well. WCW made a bonehead move letting him go. His popularity transcended heels and faces. Taker was truly one of a kind. When the decision was made to humanize the character, it was the right decision. Biker Taker was a fresh reinvention of the character, and it was more aligned to Mark Calaway. It was unexpected, but still had its roots in being the dead man. Taker was able to show more personality, and it was a new challenge for him. I believe Biker Taker was successful, but I don't believe it would have been as successful had it not been a reimagination of the original Undertaker. I think he would have been perceived as just a generic biker, kind of like the DOA or Chuck Palumbo. And when he was buried alive by Kane at Survivor Series 2003, young me was hoping for the reemergence of the OG Taker. When the vignettes began to play leading up to Mania 20, seeing the Druids come out with their torches, hearing Paul Bear's iconic voice, and then hearing the bell toll just felt right. He then would wrestle for many more years as the OG Taker up until his retirement. So to conclude, I appreciate Biker Taker, but I wholeheartedly disagree with this take and want it buried. Now before I go, let me leave you with one of my hot takes. Logan Paul ruined Braun Breaker's real Best in the World promo. Now I'm curious about your thoughts. Tell me what you think of these hot takes, and mine too, as well as comment your own hot take to be possibly featured in a future video. Discuss and debate with respect is all that I ask. Thanks for watching. Stay strange, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.